Hello everyone, a man of interest here for another episode of The Cool Board. It's episode 3 of season 2, and we're gonna have fun today because I have an interesting theme. I've been thinking, these days with all these different keycaps, different profiles, different this, different that, I wanted to go over different keycaps in particular, think about their profile and how they've affected our community and how cool they are. If you are new to the show, the premise is quite simple. I have some notes, I have some card cutouts of items, and we're going to determine how cool they are, ranked on the board from yikes, which you don't want to be on, all the way to wow, the creme de la creme. So, let's kick it off today with something pretty big, a relatively new-ish profile in our community, although it hasn't made the biggest splash I thought it would make, and that's mostly plagued by production issues. The design phase for this item started back in December 2016, samples finally posted May 2017, with mass production starting in 2018. It was originally called Mini SA, but you know it now as the Cat Profile. How cool are Cat Alpha keycaps? Ooh. So, it was called Mini SA because it adapted the slope design from Cherry Profile, but with the increased row height similar to SA. But what they did as well is they changed the slope degree to accommodate that new height. A part of the inspiration for these keycaps actually came from the designer's cat, which had actually surprisingly dangerously sharp claws that were high and curved, hence the name change to cats. Something interesting when I was looking up these profile keys were a special consideration was given to the bottom row on how people hit that control key, because most people hit their control key with their pinky or their ring finger, either on the edge or on center. So they did a little nifty this here and there to adjust that bottom row. PBT, 1.65 millimeters thick. How cool is Cat Alpha? That's the real question. I think these are pretty cool, but unfortunately they have been plagued by quite a bit of, production issues. They've been in mass production since August 2018, but it's not the easiest to get one of these sets. They're not always in stock anywhere. There's only one colorway at the moment. What's happening? What's happening with Cat Alpha? Is it just being held back because of their stringent, production desires? Is there something mysterious forces holding it back? I don't know. But I do know is I like these keycaps, and I want to see more of them. Hopefully in less boring colorways. Cat Alpha. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's cooler than the fact that I forgot to take out my pins to hang stuff on the board. So I'm doing that right now. What does chat think? How cool is Cat Alpha? You know how it is. Meh cool, mid cool. This is, the first cat profile set in existence. I'm gonna say it's gonna be at least a mid cool. The fact that Cat Alpha has so much potential is really going to put it forward. So it's a new profile. Yay. We're gonna go cool. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go right here. So every time I push the board, it scoots back. I don't want it to scoot back. There we go. That's where it's going to be for now. So, there's one new set that I think is pretty cool, and I have high hopes for the future of Cat. On the other hand, this next set is something that was once old, made new in the eyes of the public once again. This set was once retired and now back alive in terms of the profile. It's old, yet it feels new. Of course, I'm talking about DSS Dolch. So in the mid-80s, there was an attempt to standardize keycaps in a DIN standard, which is a German standard for keycaps. Germans want to standardize essentially everything to make production easy. This resulted in the creation of the DSS family, which stands for DIN Standard Spherical Touch sculpted key family. Unfortunately, DSS was never popular about this time in the 80s, and the molds would see themselves shelved until essentially just, very, very recently. These are able to be double shot or pad printed with a matte top and a semi-matte sides as finishing options, ABS only. So, here's a real question. Was DSS too cool for its time and now it has its future to shine? Or was this something PMK just dug out of their closet in the attempt to stay relevant? Because as far as I know, they just dug these out and didn't really update the molds as much as they maybe should have to make it more modern day. What do you guys think? DSS Dolch, how cool is it? Or is it something that the public wasn't ready for in the 80s? Or is it something they're just, we need to put something out there? Lots of mez in chat. Couple of yikes. Very interesting. So it looks like people aren't the biggest fans of DSS Dolch. If I saw one at a meetup, would I care about it? Maybe, but not too much. Is it a yikes or a low meh? I think that's the real question. I think a lot of chat is back and forth on DSS Dolch. I'm going to put it on the meh side. Perfect. Our next set is often referred to as DSA, but flatter. This recent profile has been pretty big with a lot of designers in the community for the fact that you have a lot of surface area to work with. Known as probably a less aggressive DSA, I'm talking about XDA. More specifically for today, XDA Godspeed, which was designed by Mito. How cool is XDA Godspeed? XDA's Godspeed ran on drop after, the SA variant existed. A lot of people like this. But not everyone likes XDA. Does the fact that it's Godspeed outshine the XDA portion, or does the fact that it's XDA hold back the Godspeed potential? So for all you guys who don't know, XDA came out around the tail end of 2016, early 2017, and now it's circulated the market in quite a few sets. Lots of vendors have ran their own XDA sets, and lots of vendors will probably continue to run XDA sets. They're not too expensive. How do you guys? We got a lot of mez in chat. I think it's gonna be a solid meh. Solid meh. Is it cooler than DSS Dolch? Is it? I think it's because I think it is cooler. I think it's cooler than DSS Dolch just because I like the colors of Godspeed an okay amount. Like I think that definitely puts it a step above. I think that's going to be a good spot to put it. Any yays, any nays? XDA looks great. It's just borderline unusable for typing, says Jeff. Dixie says the Black Legends kill it. Rage and Asian believes it should be more to the left. And Dixie says it suffers from die-sub. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Our next set for today is one I'm actually a bit of a fan of. It uses an engineering plastic commonly used for high performance thermoplastics. It's made of polyphenylene sulfide. So of course I'm talking about PPS chocolates by Rantopad/Ranto Korea. They have a very ceramic quality in their sound. Their thickness can range between 1.5 millimeters and 2 millimeters. The profile isn't cherry, it's Step Sculpture 2, which is basically the Leopold profile, which is almost cherry. It's not any different. It's not any different. They're known to be prone to easily scratch with fingernails or keycap pullers, so watch out. What do you guys think? PPS chocolate. I like the material. I have a set on my Vern. I think typing on it is pretty cool. The looks, though, like there's no legends. It's just blank. It's brown. Like, oh, brown? Ugh. But if I don't look down and I just type on it, it's great. It's great. I don't look down. What does chat think? Rot Coins. You watched a PPS keycaps video. It was really sexy. Nebulant says meh. Jeff says material cool. Dewey says Noctua style, which is very true. Noctua's great coolers. But they are blanks. I think if it's meh, it's high meh. If it's cool, it's really, really, really low cool. I think it's somewhere straddling that line just because of, I think the material makes that typing experience really, really nice. Because PPS. So I might have to make my own call out of personal bias. Because I have PPS chocolate. And you know what? It's going to be a low cool. It's going to cover up the plank. Or should I just move the plank? No, I'm not going to move the plank. Plank barely deserves that spot. Fight me. Low cool. The lowest of cools. Okay, next up. We have, for a lot of people, a game changer. Because typically, this mounting style has been very prohibitive for people who want different keycaps. In the past, people have had to stem swap just to use the keycaps they wanted. But you know what? Everything changed when the world was introduced to EC9009, which is a 9009 set for Topra with Topra stem mounts. I don't know what this was, but Topra stem mounts. How cool is EC9009? It's 9009 for Topra, die subbed, PBT. So you don't need to swap keys if you have a Topra keyboard. No need to stem swap. But they're known to have some wobbly and crooked kind of keys. So yeah. What do you guys think? I've seen some pictures that some people have about it, and I've seen a lot of crooked keys. But at the same time, I respect what they're trying to do, which was, hey, do you want something that's different from stock without spending all the money to, and labor to swap your sliders, either with official Novatouch ones or aftermarket JTK/NIS sliders? Well, here you go. You can try this out. It's different. I think the effort is worth respecting. I don't want to give it a yikes because the quality is so low, because they tried something new and unique and different. So I want to respect them for that. So I think it should be at least a meh. But I think it's going to be pretty low meh until they definitely up their game. I think that's what we all want to see, right? Because between you and I, think about it. If they had a really nice die subbed black on white set for Topra, that'd be great for a lot of people. There's a lot of good die sub sets that if they can make it in Topra, people would be pretty happy overall, especially once they get that QC down. And I think even though this wasn't the best foot out the door, it was at least a step in the right direction. So we're going to recognize that. I think it's a pretty good spot. I think it is. Next up is quite the interesting one. It is a new profile that debuted the summer of 2017. It was said to have a cherry style sculpt, but an OEM height. ABS double shot, not terribly thick, but thicker than most OEM keycap profiles. Today, how cool is Tai-Hao Cubic? And if you're wondering, Huey, why did you choose cubic? It's because it's the best cubic colorway, because all the other cubic colorways are absolute garbage. Maybe except for the one that mechanicalkeyboards.com has, that bluish one. But the rest of them are garbage. So I chose Jukebox because it was like the best one. So Jukebox was designed by Living Speed Bump, originally for SA, but then he's like, okay, cubic, let's put it in cubic. I definitely think it's a meh. I don't know if it's a yikes. Like, I guess it's better than OEM. Hi Yikes is Dewey. Olivia says, Tai-Hao is truly trash. That's the thing, okay? Many people actually haven't used Tai-Hao that often because, like, $20 for a keycap set. How bad could it be? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't know. Pepper Boys says, low meh or high yikes? Yeah. Are we going to have our second item in the yikes category today? Because it looks like we're heading that direction. Pepper Boys, thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. I think we're going to have to go with a yikes. I mean, does a cool board, do I even have enough, like, I don't have board space right here. Do I need to, like, get like a little piece of cardboard to extend it out and, like, put it here? Is that how it works? Dixie says, I don't think it's yikes until you see the packaging. That pushes it to yikes. Oh, wow. I actually haven't seen the packaging. I didn't know the packaging could be that bad. But Dixie knows packaging, so. Well, okay, it's going to be a yikes, everyone. Right here? Here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be the worst thing we'll ever have on this board, right? We'll dangle it down here off a single point. So most of its existence is off the board. Save the bottom of the Yikes or G20. Don't worry, we have more space this way. We have space here for GMK Rainbow and G20 when those pop up someday. Okay, this next set was by .01 Studio Design. It's probably the best version of this profile to date, considering the fact that the first version was laser etched, and this one is dye sub PBT. I did a review on this profile. I thought it was, had issues, but had potential. Big Bone MDA. Do you like Big Bone MDA? Do you like big bones and cannot lie? It's really called Big Bone MDA as well. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. How cool is Big Bone? Do you guys like Big Bone? Hi meh, low cool for the name, low cool. Ooh, okay. But MDA profile is like a very slightly curved XDA essentially, has some flatness to it. The edges don't really keep you in the well of the keycap, so it doesn't have, essentially has like, it's really flat and then just falls off on the taper instead of leads you off or has a curve off. So sometimes it's hard to feel the edges of the keycaps, in my opinion. It's a very slight curve, pretty flat overall. MDA, what do you guys think about MDA and the Big Bone colorway? Low cool? I don't think this is MDA low cool. This is like the best version of MDA. I don't know if it's a cool MDA. That's the real head scratcher. The real head scratcher. I think high meh for this set at least. I don't know about low cool. Because what's in the bottom low cool? PPS chocolate is not better than PPS chocolate. Let's be real. Like, I don't think it's cooler than PPS chocolate. That's gonna be the Huey crown going on. I think it's honestly pretty meh. The Big Bone. I'm gonna put it on the Mason-Dixie line. Right between. What I'm also going to do is remember to use my dramatic lighting down here that I always forget I have, because it lights the board a little bit better. What do we have next? Okay, this next one is one that I like, and I think a lot of people like where it came from and where it's going as well. The idea for the set first originated June 2015 by the main designer, and this main designer, he worked with the community to reverse engineer old keyboards to find out, why do we like these old keyboard profiles? They're all tall and they're all really sculpted, but they're so comfortable, whereas SA isn't. Like, where did we go right in the past? This is a set by Mateo. Eventually, 3D models of this set and its profile, MT3 Dev TTY, was made thanks to Fotek and his SolidWorks skill. The general idea of MT3 was the middle row, that row 3, it should be relatively flat or parallel to your desk surface if you're typing on a 5 to 7 degree keyboard angle. So, after the designs were made and the models were drawn up, Massdrop had invested thousands of dollars to make the projects and the molds a reality. It's currently enjoyed in its PBT form as Dev TTY, Round 1 and Round 2, with a double-shot Susuwatari in the future. Is this cool? Dev TTY did suffer from some minor legend inconsistencies in Round 1, but as far as I know, they fixed them in Round 2. How cool is Dev TTY? Do you like the influences of where they went with this set? I think it's pretty cool. I like how it feels. I actually don't have it on a board right now. I want to get an alt kit so I can like fit it on stuff. I'm actually really looking forward to the double shot version, although I didn't order it, so I'm going to get it aftermarket or hope extras happen. I'm looking forward to the double shot a lot. I think that has a lot of potential. I think that, for example, Zamumon is working to make MT3 Serica, and I think he took the right approach by doing his own legends. Whether or not you agree with his legends or not, I think for this set, for these legends and keycaps, doing your own legends is probably the best bet based on what the default is. But I love how it scoops your fingers very nicely, very gently, very reminiscent of Topra High Pro, which I like a lot. This is cool. You all know it's cool. You can't get away from that fact. Can't get away from that fact. Oof, Olivia already dropping the next set, guys. You heard it here. MT3 Olive. Not even Olivia. Not even round 3 Olivia, because, oh wait, you guys didn't hear about round 2 Olivia? Oops. Just kidding. Or am I? Is it the coolest thing that we've on the cool board so far? Is it cooler than the TGR 910 CE65? I don't know why I call it CE65. It's just 910 CE. Chat is saying no, it's not that cool. Okay, is it cooler than the Lunar? Yeah, I think it's gonna go right here. Just about right here. I'm gonna lower it just a bit to like right here. And we're gonna slap it on. Bam. If you haven't tried it out yet, please do. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Speaking of cool, photography, videography, those things are pretty cool. This next one is a set inspired by photography. I'm not sure if it's actually cool though. That's going to be for you guys to decide. ABS keycaps, laser engraved legends. I'm talking about Tex ADA. It's a according to drop a retro-inspired profile, rounded spherical shape, a slight scoop, similar to DSA but a bit scoopier. $40 base set, $20 for additional compatibility, so it's not too expensive. But laser engraved legends? Come on. Come on, my dudes. Tex, what are you doing? Why would you do that to us? Why would you do that to us? Okay, guys. How cool is Tex ADA? Is it a yikes or a meh? That's we all know. I know it. You know it. The other person next to you knows it. As soon as I held this card up, we all knew that it's gonna be a meh or a yikes. We all knew it. Okay? So we can put the pretenses aside. A meh or yikes. Meh or yikes. We got in chat. We got Yikes by Pepper Boys, Yikes by Raging Asian, Yickety Yikes from Nebulance. Gandalf the Mandolf says maybe high yikes. Pilot X-Ray mid meh. Nerolo says yikes. D Weather says very low meh. I think we got some more mehs than yikes, or more yikes than meh. A lot of either high yikes or low mehs. It's gonna be a hard one. Is it an up here kind of deal, or is it a down here kind of deal? Right? Up here or down here? Huh? It's like you're at a optometrist and they're doing like the eye tests. What looks better to you? 1 or 2? Do you see that again? 1 or 2? Do they still look the same to you? Okay, how about this? 3 or 4? 3 or 4? One of those kind of things. Don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to have to go with chat for this one. I think chat is leaning toward yikes. So I think I'm going to go with you guys because I really, really don't know yet. I just don't like the idea of the fact that it has the laser engraved legends. There it is, Tex ADA. High yikes. We have another keycap set that does meet the DIN standard. Specifically, it is DIN standard, spherical touch, and all rows. Yes, DSA. Which DSA? Of course, the most iconic DSA set, DSA Granite by Mateo. How cool is DSA Granite? DSA was, by the way, it was created for industrial applications, hence the DIN standard. So a lot of people in the past have complained DSA can be hard to take off your keycaps. And one of those reasons is a lot of boards that use DSA can be subjected to 4 to 6 foot drop tests. So tighter stem tolerances are better, and most industrial customers aren't pulling their keycaps out anyway. So let's see. DSA is low meh, says Raging Asian. Nebulant, Dewey, Jeff, all say meh, meh, and meh. D Weather also on the meh. Rotcoin's highest of the high meh. Is it the king of meh? Or is it, maybe up there as, like a knight or bishop of meh? Actually, I guess bishop has higher chest value. So is it a bishop of meh? Do we go down to a knight of meh? I guess it also depends on which chess theories you just prescribe to. But, or is it lower than that? DSA is a meh. Where on the meh is it? Is it a higher meh? So DSA, unlike a lot of the other profiles, is available in both ABS and PBT. So double shot or die subbed, or if you're crazy, they'll pad print it. But nah, don't do that. Only villains do that. Granite itself for the set is probably better than the fact that it's DSA. I think if this was a DSA set that I brought up that wasn't Granite, it would be pretty low, right? but I think the fact that I chose granite should maybe give it a little boosterino. Not many colorways have gone over. I think it 8 rounds. That's a lot of rounds, right? And now at this point, SP is just constantly cranking them out, stocking them, and selling them. The set's made a name for itself, the colorway at least. No matter how you feel about that profile, I think that's also worth examining, as well as the profile. I think the colorway is cooler than the profile, and that brings the overall average up. But how high does it go? Where is the ceiling for DSA granites? Lee Benningfield says, I don't get the appeal of granite. That's fair. That's very fair. Still high mess is Dewey. Is it like right here next to the CA66? Cooler than XDA Godspeed, which I think it is cooler than any XDA. Let's be honest. What do you guys think? I think this is a pretty, maybe a little higher, because I think everyone can here agree. Come on, DSA versus XDA. DSA all day day. Your fingers know where to go. They're not sliding off the sides of the keycaps, slippery slidery do. You know what I'm saying? They have a very small cup, but enough of a cup where you know where that T key is, you know where that 6 key is, the 8, 9, and close parentheses. So higher says Dixie Mac, a bit higher, yeah, that's good, says Rot Coins. I think we're gonna go right here. I think right here is gonna be a good spot for DSA Granite. Okay. One last item for this relatively quick stream today, but that's okay because that's going to make my editing life easier, considering the fact I still need to finish the VOD for last episode to upload on YouTube. Sorry. Okay. We can't talk about keycaps and keycap sets without talking about one that's been memed to death, for better or for worse. It's the tall spherical boys from Signature Plastics. Extremely popular with many in our community because of the way they make colors pop due to the large surface area of plastic we're exposed to. It's SA. But which SA set? This SA set was co-designed by Mateo and Sam Wisekoi back in 2014. So it's one of the older ones. SA Nuclear Data. Or if you're a certain former president, how cool is SA Nuclear Data? What does chat think? Chat says, meh, trash, garbage, meh, cool in the middle, oh god, oh shit, meh, above MDA, trash. So, for those who don't know, this is a uniform SA, not sculpted, so it's all row 3, all flat, essentially a DSA set on stilts. Actually, not that many mixed opinions. I think the general consensus is this set is no bueno. I've always believed and stuck to the belief that SA is where a keyboard goes to die. If you have a keyboard and maybe it never works again, but you like the case and you want to preserve it, you're going to put some random switches you don't care about, and you're going to cover that board with SA, and then you're going to put it on a shelf, framed, got mood lighting on top of it, and it's just going to stay an SA in that form as a display forever. That's how I feel about SA. And I don't think SA Nuclear Data, I don't think it's any different. I don't think it's any different. So I think this is an okay place for SA nuclear data. Right here. Just right here. He doesn't fight me about this. No, actually, no, don't fight me. Don't at me. If I chose a better SA set, it would be okay. Well, that's where SA nuclear data is going to be. Maybe it'll change when we have more SA sets. Let's do a quick review on what happened today. Starting at the coolest thing we had today was Dev TTY is a cool kid. One of the coolest kids we've had so far. I think it did pretty good. I think it really deserves that. Unbutton one from the top. Okay. There you go. We're in a V-neck, so it's okay. Gotta move my mic down, sorry. There you go. There you go, y'all. Okay. I have to wear an undershirt every single day. Yes, that's just my life. I'm just used to wearing undershirts. Feels weird not to be honest. There you go. Okay. Back to this cool board. Dev TTY, I think deserves this spot. I think this is going to fall off. It's really cool. It's made a lot of advancements, and it's still advancing further in our community. A+ there. Next up, we have Cat Alpha, which it's held back a bit by some production woes, lack of colorways, but if those two things can fix itself, Cat has a very, very, very strong future as a profile. And while Alpha itself is a bit boring being just black on white, it's a great start. I think anytime you have a new profile, you should start simple and clean with black on white or white on black to show how clean your legends can be when you have the maximum amount of contrast, and to show off profiles with something very simple. Then we also have PPS Chocolate on the low cool because taking advantage of that new PPS material, yay. That's always going to be really, really fun to try out new material. I think it sounds great. I think it feels great. Sure, it doesn't have legends, and sure, the chocolate colorway is kind of bleh, except for like Chocolatier, because it looks nice because it doesn't have that weird matte look that this has. It's okay. It's unique. In the middle, salad in the middle line between meh and cool, Big Bone MDA. Big Bone MDA. It's essentially like a slightly sculpted XDA/DSA. Has some issues, but overall I think it's going really well for a lot of people, and I think even though it can be difficult to find some of the edges of the keycaps, that's kind of resolved by that slight sculpt that it presents to the community. Moving on past that, DSA Granite, one of the most iconic DSA sets in the world. So, yes for that. We got XDA Godspeed, DSS Dolch, SA Nuclear Data, just in a row of mediocrity. Of below mediocrity, actually. So I guess that's like, right now, what us as a community is thinking. XDA is better than DSS, which is better than SA, and of course, SA is better than both Tex ADA, which is brand new and is held back by the fact that it's not that revolutionary. It's like a slightly scoopier DSA that's not sculpted. And laser infilled legends. Come on, Tex. You can do better. You can do better. And then we have a new Yikes leader all the way down at the bottom. Taihao Cubic Jukebox. But you know what's not Yikes and pretty cool? My sponsors. You guys should check out all my sponsors. Kono, Novel Keys, Zeal, Dixie Mech, and Switchmod. Go to my Discord, link down below, and I got affiliate links, I got discount codes, I got a bit of this, I got a little bit of that, to save you some money or help support my channel. Yeah!